Today we joined together with a couple of students in our E-Block and Civics class to look at honoring our Indigenous peoples and participating in a formal land acknowledgement. I'd like to just introduce Aiden, who's going to tell us a little bit about his story.
Yeah, so as Mr. Freeman said, my name is Aiden Ward, and I am Native Canadian, or more specifically, Denisukline from Northern Saskatchewan. I had actually recently found that out, since I had thought I was Anishinaabe from southwest Ontario. And they both have similar names. Another name for Dene is Anishinaabek with C at the end, or K. And my family had got that confused since I was in the fostering system and a lot of things happened. So I found that out. Yeah.
Thank you, Aiden. We're going to participate in a formal land acknowledgement in honoring our Indigenous peoples in Canada.
We wish to acknowledge this land on which T.D. Christian High School operates.
For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe peoples who are present here continues to this day.
We would also like to acknowledge that this is the treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit.
Today, this meeting place is still a home to many Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island, North America, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work and learn on this land.
In our grade 10 civics classes, we have been looking at the horrors of residential schools and what occurred there against our Indigenous peoples. Amber, I'd love if you could share a little bit of your art with us in response.
So whenever you look up the Kamloops Residential School, you'll find a bunch of photos of little children's shoes on the stairs. So I decided that I wanted to draw that, and I added a woman grieving over all the lost souls, and beside her you can see the memory of one of the children by her side.
Thank you, Amber. Aiden, our concerns for Indigenous peoples are not limited to the horrors of the residential schools of the past. I'd like if you could conclude with sharing some final words with us about challenges that Indigenous peoples face, whether it's from access to clean water, equal health care. What's on your mind?
Yeah, so to this day, a lot of Indigenous children are still taken from their homes and put into not a residential school, but just into the government fostering system. I was in the fostering system, but I wasn't taken from my home just because I was Native. I wasn't in a very safe environment. But a lot of that, just because some children are Native, are taken from their home and put into a system to maybe people don't say it, but it's to assimilate them, to make them the same as everybody else. And a lot of us are scared because a lot of things happen, and same with women and how they go missing and murdered. It's not just something that happens every once in a while, it's something that happens all the time, and not everything makes the news. Not everything you see is the full story. So a lot of them, they go missing and they're murdered or raped, found dead in the woods, and they just have ceremony, nothing they can do. And as for drinking water, a lot of reserves don't have clean drinking water, and they're trying to make it so they have a filtration system. And because of the lifestyle that was forced upon them, this hard one, there's a lot of suicides, a lot of deaths, and a lot of trauma that comes with it.
Aiden, thank you for sharing with us some of the horrific things that are occurring. And it's important that each of us advocate for our Indigenous friends and to be able to put pressure on our government for real change and lasting change.